Ladies and gentlemen.
It's the Friday happy hour.
Boom, 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 boom.
Laugh with me.
Wait, did I need to add sound effects?
Yeah, that's what the show's been missing.
Yeah.
From the get.
Is me coming in with here?
It's with you with sound effects, yes. Yeah. That's exactly what we need. It's a brand new episode. It's Laugh with me, but this is the Friday happy hour. We brought back our guest from Wednesday's episode, Eric Larson. He's formerly from Atlanta.
I didn't realize that, like you wanted me to start the Friday happy hour like when we did recording. So this, happy hour has been going on for a little bit. I'm, obviously working on Atlanta hours.
Yeah, it's time's different.
Yeah.
When you are switching states or regions or
I've got high hopes though for this.
Yeah.
Like I was actually thinking about it before the show. And I'm hoping that you can come through with something a little bit more topical than some of the other shows of yours that I've been listening to.
What are you talking about?
Well, it seems like you're a little behind on the times. I was just listening to an episode last week, and you were talking about LeBron's troll foot.
That was months ago.
Well, that was the topic of the show.
Listen,
like you spent a lot of time talking about it, and it was like are the Lakers going to make the playoffs? And it's just like the playoffs are over, Jeremy.
Dude, just, you know what's going to rock your world? When you hit the episode called Moment of Silence and you find out O.J. Simpson's dead.
Oh, that happened months ago.
Yeah, just because you're behind on listening to Laugh With Me doesn't mean I'm not topical. Hit subscribe, follow, listen every week. Yes. Exactly. You're moving back to Omaha. Pace is a little slower in Nebraska than it is in Hotlanta. So you're going to have time to listen to Laugh With Me every week, I feel. What's the commute like? You were like a mile difference in Atlanta from your office.
No.
Actually, you know what? Fuck that. In Atlanta, you were flying all over the place, all over the country.
Right.
You had time to listen to the episode on the plane, on the beach. What the hell?
I don't know what to tell you, man.
If anything, you're going to have less time to listen to it living in Omaha because you're going to have this just basic commute from office to home, office to home, office to home.
I mean, I like listening to the podcast when I'm out getting a walk.
Okay.
But I normally don't hook the phone up into my car.
Oh.
So
what do you listen to? CDs?
Yeah, just music.
Like CDs?
No. This is 21st century, Jeremy.
I'm aware, but
I'm listening to the Apple Music, to their curated playlist, alternative alt control, I think is what it's called.
So you let the man tell you what you listen to.
Yep.
No.
I mean, that's what leads to me every once in a while being like, "Hey, check out this artist," and then you replying, "Oh, great, Eric just discovered, Youngblood or somebody."
It's exactly how it goes down.
And I'm always like, I read whoever you say, like, "Oh, you just discovered this," and I'm like, I don't even know who the hell that is.
And I'm like, yeah, I've listened to their last 3 albums and I've seen them live. Like, and you're like, oh, Bowling for Soup's good.
And they had that year end. The update where they tell you how many times you listen to songs.
Yeah.
My most listened to song last year, I didn't even know what it was. Like, I had to play the song from the playlist and then just be like, oh, yeah, I've heard that song before.
That's great. Well, what's the song?
I don't know.
You couldn't even tell me.
Like, I'd have to go back and look at it. Like, I'm sure if you went into, greatest alternative songs of 2023,
yeah,
it would be up there towards the top. But
probably MGK.
No.
You sure?
I feel like MGK's career ended as far as alternative Apple playlists.
Don't say it.
When he made that.
Don't say it.
That song with Willow.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with Emo Girl, and it was my most listened to song the year it came out.
I was hoping that you were just saying that to spite me, just because you've known from the start that I have not appreciated that song.
Yeah, there's probably, I don't know, how many songs in every song you've ever heard, how many songs do you think from beginning to end you could say every lyric in? Like total number of songs you think?
Oh, I mean, I probably put that at like maybe 40 or 50.
40 or 50, right?
Yeah.
I would say the same thing, even though I couldn't tell you all of them. It's just if the song started,
Yep.
just, my memory, I would be able to do it.
Now, if it was karaoke, 0.
0, absolutely. Give me the lyrics, yeah.
Yep.
But Emo Girl is one of those songs that I know for a fact I could just, bam, give you every lyric.
Both parts? Like, do you...
Yeah, I sing both.
So when you sing along with the duet,
Yep.
do you sing both parts?
I do sing both parts.
Oh. Do you do a falsetto?
Sometimes.
Oh.
Sometimes. This is what I do. Sometimes I like to act like I'm the background singer, and I'll just hit them with some stuff that's not even in the song. I'll just maybe they should consider it, adding it to the song. Ooh. Like I think maybe if it was live, it would really add something. You
should record those.
I should.
Send it to the artist.
Yes, I should.
With a note that says possible remix.
Yeah, here's some notes. Yeah, and it's not me being critical of the original work because obviously I love it, but I've got some things for you. Yeah, no, that'd be pretty cool, I think, in my humble opinion. But just one more thing about MGK because this is my show.
Wait, one more?
No, one more thing.
Happy hour's almost over. We got to get another beer.
He just entered for the first time ever the country charts.
Yeah, I don't know what to think of this. Like
he's hitting all the genres.
Taylor Swift leaves country, and then all of a sudden, Beyonce and now MGK are jumping into country.
Everybody's getting in. It's pretty cool. Post Malone, he's got a whole country album. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I don't know why you gotta hate. It is Friday happy hour. We're drinking beers, but it's not always about the beer. What are some of your favorite go-tos?
For beverages?
For beverages. Yeah, what the fuck do you think we're talking about?
Well, I'm pretty equal opportunity. The beer is the mainstay because the beer, I'm almost to the point where I've been able to drink as long as I haven't been able to drink.
Wow, you're old, dude.
Yeah. We're both gonna reach this point here.
What's this? We're both bullshit.
In the next calendar year, we're gonna reach this milestone. But I have learned that beer is the safest drink.
Okay.
Because you start mixing Fireball, you start mixing shots, any of that kind of stuff. You're gonna lose control.
Okay. Wait, are you talking to me, or you're saying you?
Yeah.
You're gonna lose control. Or are you talking about we're going to lose control?
Well, I mean, we're both going to be doing the same amount of shots. So. If it's New Year's Eve and Pitbull's on, I mean, there's going to be a lot of Fireball drank.
Yeah, man, that's the thing. Pitbull is as synonymous with New Year's Eve as the ball drop, and I will die on that hill. And that's because he did 4 straight New Year's where he was a feature act. But
there was a while there where you could not, if you were just flipping between the broadcasts.
Yep.
Guaranteed that one of the stations would be playing a Pitbull song.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was incredible.
But, I think the only other mainstay that I hit all the time is, champagne.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of orange juice called mimosa.
On a Sunday.
Yeah. And, maybe that's one of the reasons that I'm moving back, It's tough down in Atlanta, in those situations where you got to celebrate Champagne Sunday by yourself. And I mean, I'm not afraid to drink an entire bottle of champagne.
No, I'm not either.
A little bit of orange juice.
In fact, that sounds like a normal Sunday for me. But here's the thing: you're moving back, drinking mimosas. OJ?
Yeah. Just a little.
So how much orange juice to champagne ratio would you say is perfect?
I would probably, I think between that 5 and 10% would probably be that sweet spot.
Okay.
You get any less than that, then you just might as well just drink the champagne straight.
Right.
But you get any more than that,
yeah.
It's almost to the point, if I got at a restaurant and I got more than that, I almost want to send it back.
Yeah, send it back.
I'm ordering this for the champagne, not for you to give me the orange juice.
Just give me a little flavor. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a, it's a movie theater out here at Gretna, Elkhorn.
Tell me more.
Yep. And it has a restaurant.
Wait, hold on. Gretna, Elkhorn, isn't Elkhorn all the way up on the northwest side?
Dude, where do you think you are right now?
I thought I was in Gretna.
Yeah. And then if we just take the highway, we're going to run right into Elkhorn. So it goes Gretna into Elkhorn. You've been gone.
You guys have no idea what you're doing out here.
Hey, man, I'm just driving. So,
all right.
Anyway, there's a movie theater, right? It's awesome. In fact, our good friend Joe Ramsey, he gets credit for building this movie theater. He did the electrical work in it. Anyway, we have this movie theater, and they have a restaurant in it.
Okay.
On Sundays, they do a brunch. At this brunch, they do these like where you can order a mimosa, like build your own mimosa little like bar they bring to your table.
No.
And they bring you like 3 different juices and bottles of champagne, and you just build your own mimosas, and it's fantastic. I don't know. It's cool to me.
No, that sounds great.
Yeah.
That was that's a gift idea that I saw once that I was very jealous of. It was a New Year's Eve party, and the people didn't bring a bottle of champagne. Instead, they brought like a little Bellini mix. It's like peach.
Yep.
And they brought that for the host because they were like, you're probably going to have, a bunch of champagne that's left over. You probably over-purchased.
Oh, no, that's impossible.
Well, not our parties.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, that's
not
just
our parties.
not how we go. Yeah.
But
that's funny.
No, that's you'll get some of the amateurs that make a mimosa, and you could get to like 50-50.
Oh.
And I think that's how some people think that they're made.
Disgusting.
And it's just like, what? Like, what's the point?
No. What a waste of a Sunday when you really think about it.
Yeah.
Just
like
drinking orange juice.
Yeah, I'm just going to drink orange juice all day?
Yeah.
Like, sociopath?
You're moving back to Omaha. We have to have some champagne Sundays.
Oh, yeah, right?
Yeah. I'm going to have to start getting Sundays off.
What I love about the phrase champagne Sundays is just I feel like there were a lot of champagnes.
A lot of champagnes. There really was.
There were a lot of Sundays where I just remember going over, and it would just be like you'd hand me like a plastic cup.
Yep.
Like this is a cup from the gas station or something like that, and it would just be pour champagne in it and then just drink it.
Yep.
And it's a simplicity that really drives home how fantastic it was.
Do you also drink coffee when you're doing mimosa on a Sunday morning? I mean, is that kind of like you gotta have the caffeine to balance it off?
You always give me crap about all these beach trips, but yeah, if I do find myself in a situation where maybe I'm not feeling as fresh in the morning, maybe I overindulged the day before. I mean, I'm not afraid to come in and just straight out order mimosa, coffee, water.
What's your go-to for, what's your favorite coffee? Is it coffee made at home, coffee from a coffee shop, airport coffee, gas station coffee? Like, what's your, favorite coffee?
So I didn't drink coffee until very recently. I've only started drinking coffee
yesterday
in the last,
or what?
Only last 3 years.
Oh, okay.
And so when I started drinking coffee, I just taught myself to drink it black. So I don't use any creamer, sugar, anything. So
still?
Yeah.
Have you ever?
Nope.
So you don't know that it gets better?
Actually, now that you mentioned it, I don't know that I've ever had a coffee with creamer in it or coffee with sugar in it.
You do know coffee gets better, right, when it's flavored?
So a friend of mine, I was picking her up Starbucks, and she wanted a caramel macchiato.
Yeah.
And so, I'd gotten it a couple different times, and so I was just like, one day I was just like, screw it. Give me 2 caramel macchiatos. And then I took a sip of it, and I was just like, this doesn't even taste like coffee. And she told me that was the point.
Yeah, that is the point.
I know it doesn't taste like coffee. Why do you think I order it?
Yeah. You like your coffee super hot?
No.
Do you let it sit a little bit? Have you ever had iced coffee?
So that is, probably one of my big gripes as far as being a coffee drinker is...
It's too hot.
Well, yeah, that it's too hot. And if you want to know where to get the hottest coffee, it's at the airport. The airport, if you buy coffee at the airport, that is the hottest coffee that you will ever drink in your life. And it's counterintuitive because you're at the airport, you're not hanging out at the airport. You got to get on a flight.
You got to go.
So, you buy this coffee. It's too hot to drink. And you got 20 minutes to drink it. So yeah, I end up having to open the cup and like let it air out for about 10, 15 minutes before I can even, start drinking it.
Did you know? This might blow your mind. You put the creamer in the hot ass coffee. It's going to cool it off a little bit, and it's going to give it some flavor, and you can drink it all at the same time.
Is creamer like a dairy product? It's not going to like curdle it or something?
No, it won't. You can do that was ignorant, Eric. That was ignorant.
Is that what you guys are all doing? You're all drinking curdled milk?
They're all drinking curdled milk. That's going to be one of my goals. You moving back is to get you to drink some flavored coffee. It's going to rock your world. But I'm going to start you off like basic, so that way you can grow into the macchiato if you'd like. But you jumped to the macchiato. That's just nuts.
I like the idea that you've got this like scheme in there where you're going to like wean me off of black coffee. Like, every time I come over, no matter what time. It's 7 p.m.
Hey, you want a coffee?
Hey, you want a coffee?
Yo.
Just slowly add more and more creamer every single time.
But that's the thing. You don't even know. Like, you probably just drink coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
Coffee can be drank any time of the day.
Oh, see, I go hard with the coffee. I drink maybe 3 cups before noon.
3 cups?
Yeah.
Before noon?
Yeah.
All right. Wait, how large are cups though? Are you doing a little?
Oh, like 12 ounce.
All right, that's decent.
I get a nice nice bathroom trip in there. After that first cup, spend some quality time in there. I have 2 more and
quality time. It's short. It's fast. What are you talking about? Quality time?
Okay. Can we curse on this?
Oh yeah.
Is this? But yeah, I found that if I go to that 4th cup, that's when the stomach is just like, no.
Do you eat anything during this time?
I might have like a fig bar for breakfast.
Gotta eat something with all that acid. Do you drink this coffee? Sorry, this is exciting. I
didn't realize that Friday Happy Hour was like you were the Howard Stern of interviewers.
Yes, I am.
Like, let's get to the bottom of this coffee.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Do you drink coffee like when you wake up? Like, do you have a cup going at home, or is it like I get ready, I'm whatever is my morning routine, and then I go to work, and then the coffee starts?
90% of the time, I go to work first, but.
Wow.
As you said, in Atlanta, I've got my drive-in is like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, there's a very good chance that I've only been awake for 30 minutes by the time I get to work.
Do you have a coffee maker at home?
Yeah.
And you make coffee at home?
Yeah.
Is it hot enough for you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. So, do
you put sugar in it?
No. This is going to sound counterintuitive as well, but at the office, my coffee cup actually has one of those warming plates.
Yeah.
So it actually sits on the warmer thing and it keeps it at a consistent temperature.
So I think that's genius and that's great. And I wish I utilized one of those things. But at the rate you're drinking your 12-ounce cup, do you need it?
Sometimes.
Okay.
You get distracted. You get meetings. You get different stuff that might pull you away from the cup.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially now. That was my advantage down in Atlanta. I could just sit there and kind of drink my coffee and not have to do any work till I finish that 3rd cup.
Yep.
Yeah. Now that I'm in Omaha, the grind is real. I'm actually gonna have to work and drink coffee at the same time.
Wow. So you're drinking the coffee. I know you're a Dr. Pepper drinker. You're not really an energy drink guy, right? I know you drink energy drinks, but you're not really an energy drink a day guy.
No. It's not part of my routine, definitely.
Yeah. So
neither is soda either. So
oh, really? Cut that out.
I've kind of weaned myself off of.
Good.
You're like, do you add sugar to your coffee? And it's just like, no, I'm trying to cut sugar out of my diet.
Oh, altogether?
Yeah.
Really? No donuts, no cookies?
Well, yeah. If they're there, I'm going to eat them.
So you eat sugar.
But I don't go out of...
Let's stop the bullshit, Eric. You eat sugar.
I don't go out of my way to find the sugar.
Okay.
Yo.
All right. So if I was to introduce a plate of cookies to you right now, this is not something you would turn away. Johnny, can you bring the plate of cookies, please?
You had this planned?
I did not. I just wanted to see your reaction. You saw me turn.
Yeah.
You thought I had cookies.
Yeah. Well, and then I saw the panic in Johnny's eyes, and I was just like, did Johnny eat the cookies?
So that's the thing. So at what point? So here's all right. I'm going to tell you what's going through my head right now.
Okay.
You're drinking 3 cups of coffee before noon.
Yep. Getting a good poop in.
I assumed then, and you're not eating much.
No.
So you're getting jittery. I assumed there was a Dr. Pepper involved in there at some point and some lunch, but you've cut out the pop almost exclusively. So when does the crash happen? Like, because you've got to be coming down off all that caffeine.
Oh, about 2 p.m.
Okay. And then what brings you back up?
Going home from work.
That's enough of a push.
Yeah.
That's great.
I go home and I, crack open that first beer and, all of a sudden the energy comes flooding back into me.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, I can't work until I finish the third cup, and then I need to get all my work done by 2 p.m. So I've got normally an hour and a half in there where I can get stuff done in the day.
That's awesome. What a life. So is that kind of what your day looks like? I know, because you're switching kind of what your daily routine is going to look like. So when you're switching here in a month or so, like what's that going to look like? Are you going to be able to crack that beer open at 2 o'clock, or are you going to have to find a new way to keep yourself ticking?
I'm going to have to find a new way.
Yeah. Man, I got 9 to 5er, right?
Why are you shaking your head at me?
I'm just,
like, you got this
I'm captivated.
Like, I feel like this is the look that you gave Cody when Cody was just like, life isn't going to change when I have a kid. Like, just this wide-eyed smiling, just what are you going to do?
Well, let me tell you, because this is what I'm living. This is what I'm living right now, okay? I'm waking up at like 4:30 a.m., right? So then, and I'm instantly drinking a Monster.
Whew.
I'm getting myself ready, because I hit it hard, quick, early.
So you fast, like you power through that can.
I power through the can, and I'm trying to accomplish as much as I possibly can before 8 a.m.
Oh, when the customers show up.
Yes. So that's when I get a lull in my day.
I forgot about the convenience store.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to like maximize the potential of my customer in all ways and get my day set up. So I'm hitting a lot, right? Then once I hit that time zone, then I'm like, all right, well, maybe I'll have a water, maybe a coffee. So I'm hitting one of those two things. And then by lunch, and this is the thing, I did the same thing as you. I cut pop out almost exclusively. Ever since I started working at the freaking gas station in January, I've been drinking a little bit of pop again. So it's like, all right, well, sometimes I'll have a pop then at lunch and around lunchtime, which could be anywhere between noon and 2.
For those that are confused out on the coast, he means a soda.
The soda, yeah.
Yeah, the pop, soda, they're the same thing to the Midwestern mind.
Yeah. So then, and then when we get to like 1:30, 2 o'clock, my day's over. My work day's over.
Yeah.
So then I come home, I drink a water, I get a liquid IV. Sometimes I'm cracking a beer because it's the end of the work day. I take a little nap. And then I got to hype myself back up again. Because then I've got the rest of the night. So I am very much fascinated with all the coffee, and then having to go further than like 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like I'd have to have another Monster, but I'm also starting like way earlier. But it's just, I'm fascinated with that. I don't know. People's routines fascinate me.
That's I'm hoping, I've always seen the studies that say, hey, you got to do something like 14 times in a row to get like the routine. You got to do it for like 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So part of me has this thought that, hey, I'm going to move to Omaha. That's going to be my chance to reset all these habits. Mm. Maybe I won't have 2 beers, in the evening. Maybe I won't have 3 coffees in the morning. Maybe I'll start packing a lunch. Maybe I'll start eating better.
Wow.
Or I could just, continue doing the same crap up here that I did down there.
Yeah, you could.
I mean, that sounds a lot easier.
It's way easier and more likely, but that's neither here nor there. But talk about routine. It's kind of like playing blackjack.
No.
Like, you never want to stray from the routine. You do what you do. We watched this. I sent you this viral video that's going around right now where this guy, he's playing a hand and he gets a pair of 7s. He splits the 7s.
Correctly.
Then he's
going against a 5.
He's going against a 5. He splits the 7s. The first hand to him is a 6 on the 7. He doesn't take another. He goes to the next card. It's another 7. So then he splits those 7s. Then he ends up going down the line where he's got like 4 or 5
and he
different
doubled,
splits.
He doubled
down a couple of times.
Yep, because there's one of those, I think he caught like a 3.
Yep, and he wanted the card down, and he's like, put it down, doubles down. He did it twice. He ends up getting like 4 or 5 different 7 splits.
Yep.
Before getting to a final 7-7 where he decides not to split. Now the dealer shows. Dealer flips a card, takes a card, ends up getting 21.
Yep. Flips the face card, draws the 6.
Yep.
So if he would have taken one more card, he would have caught the 6.
Yep.
And
if he would have stuck with his routine, if he would have stuck with what he was consistent with, he gets it.
No, I'll say, I mean, I've always felt that my strength at playing blackjack was that they're so ingrained in my mind that even when I've been drinking and playing for like 8 hours, like just the mechanical motions are just going to take over.
Yeah.
And you kind of have those rules. Like I always say, like once I put the money on the table, like it's no longer like money.
Right.
Like you can't look at it and say, oh, I've still got 100 sitting here in my pot. Like you got to just play what's on the table. You play what's out there.
It's your entertainment.
If you're worried about losing the money, then you shouldn't have put it down in the first place.
Pull it and walk away. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. And I just found that so interesting because you can like relate that moment to different things in like your life. Like we were just talking about your routine, and it's just sticking to what it takes to create a habit. And it's like this guy had just the luck going down the line, stay consistent. And he's going to create something. And then at the very last second, he decides to change. And the course of history ends with him losing.
And doesn't it always end up that way though when you're at the blackjack table?
Oh,
like you are down to like, hey, I put my X amount of dollars on here.
Yep.
I'm down to like my final bet. I can say with almost just like I would gamble on this. All right, this person's down to their final bet. Like I give it a 65% chance that they're going to get a card that they need to split or double down on, and they're not going to have any chips on there. And they're either going to have to borrow from somebody else that's at the table, or they're going to have to put down more cash to get more chips.
Yep.
Like that's the way it always works out.
Yeah. Oh man, it's like my early days of playing blackjack when I didn't really get it. I was just kind of playing with you guys, and it was just I wanted to be the guy at the table with you guys. I was doing some dumb like moves, and then you learn. All right, there's ways that can. A consistency to it that can kind of help your odds. Now you're never going to have the odds favored over the house, but you could favor your odds in order to come out ahead.
They've always said if you play perfectly,
you
can bring it up to a 48% chance of winning.
Right, and if I can get a 48% chance at the casino, I'll take it. So, but what I did find, even in those times way back when I was playing, when I played consistently reckless, when I was consistent with how I played, I still came out ahead.
Yep.
Now, the table didn't win, and those were things I had to learn, right? I learned that wasn't right, and I did some things that were selfish, and and then some of my friends didn't want to play at the table with me until they learned I knew how to play. But I was consistent. Now I know I've known the rules for forever now, and I play, and I've come out pretty good, right?
Yep.
You and I have had some good runs at tables, and it helps not just myself, but it helps the table itself. But yeah, oh man, some good times. We got a friend though.
Yeah.
Bob knows the rules. He plays by the rules too.
No, not a dumb guy.
Not a dumb guy. Actually, one of the smartest guys we know, and really enjoy any conversation with him. Like he's awesome. He's played some hands. He never split. I've never seen him split sevens, but we've seen him split
fives.
Fives, yes.
Yeah. I could tell you even where it was. Like that was at Excalibur.
Yes, it was.
We were out there, and it doesn't even matter what the dealer had.
Yes, I don't remember what the dealer had.
Did not. The dealer. Let's just say this: the dealer did not have. It wasn't like he was sitting there with like a 4, 5, 6. Like it was a bus card that he had. 7, 8, 9 somewhere in there. And our friend Bob, he caught the 2 5s, and I think what he was meaning to put down, he put down extra chips. And so the guy's like asking him what he wants to do, and Bob just kind of like waves his hand, like he's casting a spell. Like it was like he's casting a spell, like doing all this stuff. And The only motion that the dealer recognized out of that was at one point the two fingers split. The pointer in the middle split, so he split fives, which you never you never do.
No matter what the dealer's showing, that's not the move.
I mean, I would almost forgive more splitting tens. At least you're starting with a 10.
So, and I think I did that same night because I remember Bob trying to give me shit about splitting tens, and I'm like, dude. No. Like, first of all, you probably got me shook when you split the fives. So you're probably in my head, and that's why I did it. But
damn it, Bob. I appreciate that we front-loaded this segment with so much positive stuff about Bob so that we can just talk about how stupid this was.
What a fucking idiot.
But yeah, so Bob put down the fives, and I don't remember the exact measurement of cards, but he took 2 cards to each of those fives. To basically get himself up there. And the dealer, flips and ends up busting. And I remember, it was just like, I made eye contact with the dealer. And like, he looked at me and he just shrugged. Like, just.
What are you going to do?
Like, you see.
I did my best.
I'm going to see 1,000 hands tonight.
Yep.
I've never seen this before. Like. What are you going to do?
Yes. That's one of those ones where all right, Bob, you survived. You won.
Yep.
Never do that again.
Never do that again.
never do that again. That's incredible. Man, we've had some good runs at the table, though.
Yep.
Even with Bob, that same night, with Bob, like some good runs where he wasn't pulling that bullshit. But
well, that was the night that. So, I found out later on in life that this was called progressive betting, how I was betting, where I'd increase my bet every hand that I won. Yep. And I got up to a point where I was playing for like $80 a hand. And I ran into a similar situation as the video where I got double eights, and it was just like, well, I gotta match the 80. I gotta split this.
And what's your normal bet? Like, what's your normal start?
I would normally start off. I mean, at that time, it might have been like $15, $20.
So $80 is like a lot.
I was way up at that point.
Yeah.
So I get to this point, I split them, take my cards. I end up having to split again off of the second card that comes up. And then I think there was a double like in there. So all said, again, I have like $300 on there. Dealer flips their cards, goes in, hits 21. Ugh. And I'm despondent. Yeah. Like I'm sad. I'm taking this hard.
Yep.
And the dealer's just like, what's wrong? And I was just like, I'm not used to losing this much. And she says, well, you don't bet like that, or you don't bet like it. And it was just number one, like the sickest burn.
Yes.
Of that, and just number two, like again, you got to play to how you have played. Like you can't be beholden to that.
Stay consistent because there's many times where. Because I started betting in that strategy because of you. You kind of showed me kind of how that works, and I won a few times with it. I'm like, all right, well, this works as long as I'm fiscally responsible with it.
Yep.
And the thing is, if I'm consistent with it, I'm going to come out ahead on a couple of hands. It's going to help me cover a lot of the bad ones.
Yep.
But I look at what she said and said, well, you don't bet like it. You were just saying that was a sick burn. I look at it as a compliment. Like, you bet with the confidence of this is what you do. And then when you lost, you were like, oh, my God. But
well, see, that's how I originally took it as a compliment. And now 41-year-old looks back at that. And they're like, what a moron.
What an idiot.
What a Bob.
What a Bob. That's awesome. I just love that our friend Bob's name's not even Bob.
Yeah.
And it's not even a name that we're like making up for the show. We call him Bob. Like his name is Bob to us. His name's not Bob.
I was one of his groomsmen, and his parents were very confused. Like, wait, why do you call him Bob? And it's just like, seriously? Well, I'm not going to stop calling him Bob.
Yeah, right. That's his name to us.
Yeah. Do you think us holding to that is why we only see him at draft time anymore?
That's probably true. Actually, I went to the zoo with him a few months ago.
Yeah, I'm about to say. And what was he wearing? What was the shirt?
He was wearing a T-shirt that said the Bobs. Yeah.
So, hey, if you please, anybody listening out there, if you see a man wearing a orange shirt with a football on it that says the Bobs, say hi to our friend Bob and tell him not to split fives anymore.
Oh, jeez. I don't think he would ever do it again.
I don't know that we could get him to play blackjack with us again.
Oh, you don't think he'll play anymore?
We'll find out if he listened to this show, if he'll just even talk to us again.
Yeah, that's very true. We gotta get some blackjack going at some point. You're moving back. We gotta get some blackjack going.
I'm excited about that. Just to the fact, Georgia, no sports betting, no gambling.
I'm surprised by that.
You know, it's like a 100-mile drive to get to North Carolina. That's the closest casinos to the Atlanta metro.
And that's just to make sure that Michael Jordan's comfortable.
Yeah,
that's good.
But it is funny because the Atlanta Braves Stadium has like a Harrah's Casino, like a sponsored deck. And it's just like we don't even have gambling in Georgia, but here's Harrah's Casino sponsoring.
Is it something that comes up during election time? Try to get on the ballot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Nope. So that was, to me, that was like the biggest thing. Stacey Abrams ran for governor last time, and she said that she was going to legalize sports gambling. So
she did not.
Yeah, she did not win.
In fact, win.
She did not win, but anybody that I know for sure that voted against her, I make sure to point that out to them. Like, hey, we could have had this.
Yeah. Well, you could have what we have, which is it's legal to bet on sports in Nebraska, but you have to be on site, and there's not many sites.
No.
So,
well, I mean, this is the big.
It's still easier to drive across the river to Council Bluffs, Iowa, and bet, but
I mean, that's one of the reasons, I'm coming back here, though, is you're going to have some exciting stuff to bet on. I mean, the Braves won a World Series while I was down there. The Bulldogs won 2 national championships. Yeah. Like, there's going to be some success coming in here. I mean,
you're bringing success with you.
The Larson bump.
So let's put on the record today that the Nebraska Cornhuskers are going to win what because of the Larson bump?
A bowl game.
Let's fucking go. We're gonna. We're going to a
bowl game. We're going bowling.
You heard it here first on Laugh with Me. The Huskers are going bowling, and we're gonna win the game. There's probably some plus money to make on that right now.
Actually, yeah. My hands are like itching. I'm like, I need to get this bet in.
We gotta get this in. Yeah, that's what. There's actually a lot of Nebraskans that would be freaking over the moon for that very thing to happen.
This is success to us.
Oh, that's fantastic. So what are you going to miss the most about living in Georgia?
The weather.
Okay, that's fair.
That's why I always think it's funny when you call it like hot Atlanta. I was actually looking at it the other day with somebody, and like the record high in Atlanta is like 106 versus Nebraska, which is like 129.
Then it feels like 150.
Yeah. So Atlanta's actually up in the hills. They got a lot of trees, a lot of walks. I'm so spoiled down there that if it's not like sunny by the end of February, like if I can't go outside without wearing a coat or a hoodie by the end of February, I'm like what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing as a culture, as a people, as a state? I get upset.
The last few years, you have come back to Nebraska over like New Year's period.
Yeah.
And you've experienced winter, right?
Yeah.
This is going to suck having to like live through it the whole time, right? Like you're not looking forward to that?
Yeah. No, not particularly. That's I wonder if my inner thermostat's ever gonna adapt to that again.
Yeah. It will.
And I'm sure you're seeing this with your son, but like, yeah, you kind of go through those like teenage years where you're like, I don't need a coat. I'll wear shorts in the winter. I'll do all this kind of stuff. And
he wears shorts the entire year.
I remember it was like an epiphany. It was like something that like I wore a pair of gloves like driving my car when I was like 30. And I was just like, this is so comfortable. Why have I not wore gloves to this point in my life?
It's so comfortable.
Like my hands are warm. You and Ashley gave me a scarf one year. We did. And I remember like, this is great. Like my neck is warm.
That's awesome.
Like, so I feel like I'm going to come back up from, living in the warmer climes. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to be George Costanza wearing the marshmallow jacket.
It's like you're prepared now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So.
It's different. So the weather, I mean, you lived a mile away from the Atlanta Braves Stadium. That whole community, everything around that stadium, the Battery, is so cool.
It's weird to look back at it now and just realize that I've been to more games at that Braves Stadium than any other stadium.
Like in your life, anyway.
In my life.
Yep.
And I could probably say that I I don't think a stadium will ever top that. I mean, I probably saw 50 games in the 5 years that I was there.
Yeah.
Like that'd be a lot of Vikings games.
A lot of Vikings games. I mean,
I'd have to hit on that Nebraska bet. I'll put my life savings on it. Maybe if I hit on that, I can approach going to as many Vikings games as it would take to pass that.
Now, this is obviously not at the major league level, but you maybe could find yourself, heading up a lot of Omaha Storm Chaser games, hitting up Warner Park a little bit, but I don't know about 50. I mean, you'll hit some games, maybe.
Actually, as you mentioned, I've probably been to 20.
Have you really?
I mean,
at Warner Park already?
Yeah. Yeah, because I used to, even when I lived here, they were doing it, and they would do the Thirsty Thursdays.
Oh, you hit the Thursdays, yeah.
Yeah, so
every other week. I guess if you hit every other week, you get some games.
Working, one of my friends, Tim, worked at Warner at that time. He'd get us tickets to the game every Thursday for free, and we used to joke because we'd just stand up in the concourse and we'd drink the $2 beers, and we'd just be like, this is like a bar we go to on Thursday, and it just so happens there's a baseball game going over here because we never actually sit in the seats.
Yep.
I mean, that was too far away from the beer.
They put on a great show there, and it's I don't know. It's just baseball games are different, right? Like it's a social. It can be a social event where you're just hanging out with friends, you're chatting. There's a game going on also. You could also be really into it and be like, "There's a game going on." Yeah, it's just fun. You're outside. Like you're generally always outside.
Yep.
There's very few times where you're indoors when you're watching baseball. It's just I don't know. It's different. I enjoy every bit of it.
I like that breakdown just because one of my best friends down in Atlanta, I met him down in Atlanta. We're talking about going to a game, and he kind of like did this disclaimer of like, oh, I hope you're not one of those people that just wants to chat through the entire game. Like, I want to watch the game. And of course, this time trying to make a friend, it's just like, oh, absolutely not.
In fact, I keep score.
I'm all about the game. And I think he'd probably be one of the first people to be like, Eric doesn't watch the games. He's more interested in what's going on around it.
Yeah, he won't shut up.
Yeah.
That's what's great. Like you talk about people who go to like malls and parks and stuff for people watching. Go to a baseball game.
Oh, for sure.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
that's the best. Just a month ago when I went to the Padres at Kansas City Royals game, I almost witnessed a fight between a Padres and Royals fan. I saw a guy on the concourse. Whatever was going on in their life had to stop in that moment. He stopped his girlfriend, stopped her, dead set, and pointed with excitement to the TV screen because they were doing the mascot race.
That's you. You're talking about you.
This was not me. But he had to show it. Then, different couple, different situation, dead stop, point at the TV screen for like the hide the ball cup game. Like, this is
if you miss the start of that, you're lost through the rest of it.
Absolutely you are. But yeah, no, this is the things that go on at baseball games, and it's incredible. And you wouldn't know unless you went and just watched.
And yeah, that's where it is. I think the quote's been made before that baseball's a sport that's tough not to be romantic about.
Right.
Just from, kind of the timing and how all those things happen. But that's where it's like it truly does feel like that pastime it's something that you check in and out of. Like you have 162 games, you don't need to watch them all. You might miss for a week or you might miss for 2, but you go and check in on it. It's the same thing with being at a baseball game, having those kind of conversations because, hey, sometimes that crack of that bat or the sound of that pitch, that's what's going to draw your attention back to the game. But you're okay to kind of zone out for like a little bit there. And it'll tell you when you need to be paying attention again.
And fantasy baseball is different than fantasy football. Like fantasy baseball, you can zone out for a couple of months like I am. Yeah. And, and then if you want to get back in, maybe now I want to make a run. Like, I think I have time.
I'm sorry. I can't even respond. I can't respond to what you said. I gave you an Emmy moment there about 2 minutes ago, talking about baseball as a pastime, telling a story,
and then I bring up this bullshit,
and then you jump in here and start talking about your fantasy baseball team that you haven't checked in 3 months.
That's what happy hour is all about. Dude, thanks for joining the Friday happy hour.
No, this has been great, and this is great timing because I'm in need of another.
Yeah, me too. That's the beauty of happy hour. It can go as long as it goes. It's wonderful. But yeah, thanks for joining the show. You are moving back to town, so we'll have to have you on the show again.
I appreciate it. I'll see everyone around, unless you're listening in Ecuador or Bangladesh or India.
Yep, we're hold on. We're gonna do a rundown here. We're gonna see where the show's currently sitting. So we are the 150th most popular comedy podcast in the United States right now.
Okay.
In Great Britain, we're the 20th.
Oh.
Yeah. In
Cheerio.
Canada, we're the 16th.
Hey.
In Australia, and I'm sorry for those in Australia, I don't know what you could do to get me to go there. It's scary. We're the 177th most popular comedy podcast. I'll tell you what, this episode that I did called Farting with the Knicks, have you gotten to that one yet?
No.
It's a good one.
Is that in February?
No. It would have been during the NBA playoffs, so probably April.
Oh, I'll listen to it this year.
Okay. That episode is the 31st most popular comedy episode currently in Costa Rica. Farting with the Knicks.
Wow.
So they also think I'm not topical. Yes.
You got a rep.
I do have a rep. Yeah, this is truly a global brand. I appreciate you coming on the show. Make sure to, well, you know what? Normally I'm promoting whatever you're promoting. Are you promoting anything? Do you have anything to promote?
No, I mean, if you...
Normally the guests have something to promote. You have nothing, I'm assuming.
I mean, if you have another beer, bring it to me.
That's awesome. Brand new episode next Wednesday. Follow us on Instagram, X, TikTok. Also, season 2 coming very, very soon on YouTube. And that's no joke. I see you smirking. Season 2's coming. I don't know why you think this is a joke.
I just made eye contact with Johnny. Johnny is the one smirking.
It's going to be a lot more work for him. All right. Friday happy hour.